Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today I rise in this House to contribute to this debate as a proud Aucklander. The beautiful city known as the City of 100 Lovers has really bore on much of the work in keeping our pandemic enclosed in its city. Alongside our whānau in the Northland and in Waikato, we've really done a lot of the work in terms of buying us all collectively as a nation time to make sure that our hospitals aren't overwhelmed, time to make sure that we roll out the vaccines. And woohoo, we just hit 90% on first dose vaccines in all three of Tamaki Makoto's DHBs. That is something we should be really, really proud of. On the topic of vaccines, Mr. Speaker, could I just please pay tribute to my community, the Chinese New Zealanders here living especially in Tamaki Makaurau, who has done an exceptional job and contributed brilliantly to the Super Saturday vaccination campaign. Mr. Speaker, can I just really pay homage to all of our community leaders? I saw many of the community leaders who actually went down their membership lists, ticking off families and making sure they removed barriers for those who couldn't get their vaccine, whether it be language, whether it be transport, whether it just be someone who needed to have a conversation with them. And hopefully, with the work that our Minister of Ethnic Communities, through the Ministry of Ethnic Communities, have given in terms of our comms fund and in terms of our vaccine uptake fund, we can support you better in making sure that our ethnic communities, some of our most vulnerable communities, are being looked after and that message gets to them as well. Mr. Speaker, can I also pay tribute to the Chinese businesses who gave absolutely generously to the Super Saturday campaign. I still remember one afternoon where I got a phone call from my team saying one of the businesses want to donate 14,000 bottles of hand sanitizer to this campaign. I think my whole entire neighbourhood heard me shout back into the phone, 14,000? Are you serious? We made sure that all of the vaccination sites had free hand sanitizer giveaway when they finished their vaccinations in East Auckland on Super Saturday, and I'm incredibly proud of all the generosity. We were giving away bags of rice by the end of it. And so through the government subsidies that the Honourable Grant Robertson has announced, in terms of our new advice for for all businesses, especially in Auckland, through our mental health support of businesses in Auckland, we hope to give you back that. We hope to reciprocate that and to support you better as you navigate your way out of the lockdown into recovery. And hopefully by stepping down today, this morning, you will feel something different in Auckland. You will feel ease of restrictions, but also that hope coming through that more and more business activity will recover. Could I just personally thank also just the whole entire campaign team, Susan, Chow, Harvey, Dr. Yi, also Jessie, Ming. I hope I haven't missed anyone who's worked so hard on making sure that this message gets put into our communities. All of our family doctors and Dr. Joe, who gave free and frank advice, no matter on media or anywhere in our Zoom sessions, to make sure that any concerns felt by the community were addressed by a medical professional. Thank you guys so much for all the time and effort you guys had put in. Can I thank all the media in the Chinese language space, where you guys have given free slots to make sure that we were able to give out right and government-sanctioned advice so that misinformation wouldn't be spread in our communities. We even had our very own Chinese telethon, Vaxathon as well, that morning. So I'm super proud of the effort that the community came collectively together to make sure our most vulnerable are being looked after. But however, Mr. Speaker, the job is not done. We know that despite really high numbers, actually almost 10% higher than national numbers in the Asian and Chinese community, that our elderlies are still a bit vaccine hesitant, and we know they're the most vulnerable. So could I just put out a message to everyone out there who are listening? 谢谢你们. Thank you for the effort that we've all put in, but our job doesn't end here. As more, restrictions ease, we need to make sure that every possible person that gets a vaccine hears our message, that they can protect themselves from COVID, and that we protect the most vulnerable in our communities, those who can't get the vaccine, and to make sure that everyone who needs a bit of reassurance has a friend, has a whānau talking to them, and to make sure that we use science as our best tool to convince them. And Mr. Speaker, could I just finally thank everyone who is still in Auckland at the moment. I know know it's tough. I know there's many challenges, whether it's domestically, whether it's financially, whether it's mental health-wise. But hang in there. We're all here in support of you, and we're all here for you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.